1-449-8686. Darva Conger. Is that her name? Conger or Kong? You know who this is? This is the lady who was on that show, the short-lived Who Wants to Marry a Multimillionaire show. You remember she married the guy, and then they found out that there was some bad stuff, and she immediately had it annulled. She was on the Larry King television show last night, and she also has a new pictorial coming out in Playboy magazine. In fact, Hugh Hefner was quoted in the interview yesterday. They had Hugh Hefner on the Larry King show talking about that. So she is suddenly become a cause celeb to a degree in our midst. Colleen Kristen Brewster, who we've talked to recently, has a travel agency down in Laguna Beach. Colleen, how are you?
I'm doing really good, Phil.
Great. Listen, tell me a little bit about Darva Conger. I know you have followed her, and
yes,
and you kind of appreciate the position she's in. You appreciate sort of what she's been doing so far with her career.
You know, Phil, really, Darva is great. She's really great. As a woman, and as a woman who owns my own business, I take a lot of inspiration from her. And I think she's really done some neat stuff. You know, it's just neat what she's done. And
well, let's go back to the Who Wants to Marry a Multimillionaire show. That was a mistake, wasn't it?
And I think Darva saw that. I think she saw that it was a mistake. Phil, I really think that Darva she looks great. She's got great talent. I'm so proud of her showing women how to take charge of their lives, and really she's empowering women. I think that's the key phrase that I would underline there. So
she's sort of showing the way for...
I think she's showing a lot of women the way how to empower yourself and how to really do stuff that'll get you the stuff that you want to have, because not too long ago, she was a nurse and she was doing a lot of stuff, but it wasn't the stuff she wanted to do. And
all right, well, tell me about the TV show, because I'm not familiar with the... that must have been the only episode of Who Wants to Marry a Multimillionaire, huh?
You know, Phil, I really don't know. I think it was, though, yeah.
Okay, so she was on Who Wants to Marry a Multimillionaire.
She was on Who Wants to Marry a Multimillionaire. She realized the guy was a jerk. I mean, just a jerk. And obviously had a background that was unsavory. And she realized her mistake. And really, I give her kudos for that. You really got to give her kudos for that. And then... you know, what I liked about what Darva did is she took charge and she said, you know something, I'm going to annul this. This is bad. It's really bad. And she did. And I think that shows the way for a lot of women. Women today in America need role models. I don't know what you would want to call, like people to look up to. And I think Darva sort of fills a vacuum for a lot of us, and I'm really, really proud of her.
Okay, we're speaking, by the way, with Colleen Kristen Brewster, who you have your own travel agency. Whereabouts?
Yeah, it's called On the Go with Colleen Kristen Brewster. It's in Laguna Beach. We get tremendous fares. One of the things in our business, Phil, the airlines and a lot of the hotels got together and knocked our commissions down, so we only get about $15 to $20 per trip. When I see Darva Conger and I see other women like that, she gives me the strength to go on and to make something out of my business, even though really in a lot of ways, you know, we've been cheated.
In the travel agency business.
In the travel agency business, yeah, and a lot of things.
All right, our number, by the way, 1-800-449-8686. What is it that... women resent? She's doing the pictorial. I want to go into this delicately. The Darva Conger, the lady who was on Who Wants to Marry a Multimillionaire, wants to do this spread in Playboy. Why do women resent that?
You know something, Phil? It's a really, really good question. The reason women don't like that is the business sense that it took for Darva to negotiate her way into the pages of Playboy. A lot of women don't have that. And we're looking for women to show us how. And
so her negotiating skill in...
Excuse me?
Her negotiating skill in getting Hugh Hefner to...
Yes. She negotiated her way into the pages of Playboy. And...
now, she had a career as a nurse.
She did, but it wasn't fun. It was sort of icky. It wasn't, you know, I mean, being a nurse is really good. and it's really good. But when you look at, and the other thing she's going to do is...
Well, let's hold the thought, though. What's wrong with being a nurse?
Nothing. It's very noble. Both of my cousins work on a burn ward in Toronto, Canada, and I could never do that. And
so it's a very noble profession.
Yeah, it is. But for Darva, I mean, what are you going to do? Do you want to work on a burn ward, or do you want to take the chance of a lifetime and, you know, I mean, I guess you could say spread it for Playboy? What would you do?
Not being a woman.
No, I know you're not a woman, but I mean...
Well, I mean, I probably would follow my own heart and do what I need to do. We're talking with Colleen Kristen Brewster about Darva Conger and her pictorial in Playboy forthcoming, and also an audition, possible audition for the Regis, for the Kathy Lee Gifford role on Regis, and I guess it would be Regis and Darva, you know. Anyway, here is Manhattan Beach on the Phil Hendrie Show. You're on with Colleen Kristen Brewster. Hello.
I don't believe this woman cannot be for real when she's saying that this woman named Darva is a role model for women.
Did you see her on Larry King?
No, but I saw the gyno shot she did in the issue of the Playboy magazine.
It wasn't a gyno shot, okay? There was nothing gynecological about it.
I mean, this is disgusting. This woman was a gold digger.
Why is she a gold digger when she goes out and she does what she has to do? They ruined her. The media won't leave her alone.
I think this is all a plot. I think this is a media thing. I think they make a star out of her.
No, I don't want to make she's made a star out of herself. I'm sorry. Hello.
But I hardly call her a role model for females.
Look at what she's done. She lost her nursing career. She turned it around. Okay, so she's got some labia hanging there in Playboy. Big wow. It's worth at least, I don't know, $100,000, Phil, or what would you say?
For Playboy?
Yeah.
If she's not getting at least $2 million,
okay, $2 million.
Then she's crazy. All right, $2 million.
Yeah.
Okay, she's a materialist. She's an opportunist.
And you're not, and you're going to turn down $2 million. Is that what you're saying to me?
You know what? If she was a nurse, if she met a nice guy, she got married, she settled down and have family, that's one thing. I mean, that's admirable. That's the American way. This is not the American way.
It's not the American way to make money? What planet are you living on, sister?
Well, I mean...
Oh, yeah, let's not take any money.
She's making a mockery of marriage, which is an institution, but it's a good
What about that? That's a good question. Making a mockery out of marriage?
Look, she gave it a shot. She gave it an honest shot. Darva wants to be married. She wants children. But it was the wrong guy. She realized she'd made a mistake.
It was the wrong venue. Going on national TV meeting...
Tiny Tim did it. Okay.
And I don't know how to call Tiny Tim a role model either. So
Prince Charles and Diana did it.
Well, that was a royal wedding. That was
I think there's a big difference between Lady Di and Lady Darva.
Playboy is That's really Playboy's helping her realize her dreams. That's all.
Okay, thank you for your call. 1-800-449-8686. This is Phil Hendrie with Colleen Kristen Brewster from the travel agency On the Go with Colleen Kristen Brewster. We're talking about Darva Conger and her appearance on Larry King last evening, and also her pictorials in Playboy magazine, and just the whole career that this woman is sculpting for herself, from being a nurse to being on television to annulling the guy who apparently had an unsavory past, to eventually going on into the pages of Playboy, and now I hear a possible audition for television. 1-800-449-8686. Miss Brewster believes her to be a role model for all women seeking empowerment. 1-800-449-8686. Phil Hendrie Show. Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686. Talking to Colleen Kristen Brewster, who's owner of On the Go with Colleen Kristen Brewster Travel Agency in Laguna Beach. Weighing in on the Darva Conger controversy, the lady who was on the TV show Who Wants to Marry a Multimillionaire. She wound up annulling that marriage. She is now in the pages of Playboy. I don't know if that issue is out yet. Is it, Craig Taylor? I'll ask my engineer, who's got hundreds of those things shoved under his bed. No, he is telling me now, no, it is not out yet, Phil. And he'll be calling my house about 4 a.m. to let me know. No, I don't know either. I don't know. I don't read it either. I can't read. I don't read it either. I look at it. So anyway, that's going to be out soon. And also a possible audition. Do you know anything about this, Colleen?
Yeah, Phil. She's going to audition for the Regis and Kathy Lee show.
As for the part of Regis?
Very funny, Phil. No, for the part of Kathy Lee, obviously. And she's also got some acting in the works. I think she's in discussions with Charles Bronson, so I think it's going to be very interesting.
For a film career?
Yes, a film career.
Now, before we take some phone calls, you said that the media won't leave her alone.
The media won't leave this poor girl alone. All she wants is her privacy, and they hound her, and we see this with a lot of stars, and I really hope, Phil, and, you know, I'm saying a little prayer to God right now. I don't want to see another Princess Diana. She's very vulnerable, Darva is. She's extremely beautiful. And I just think she's our little China doll. And I think that, you know, we could wind up doing something very hurtful to her while she is, you know, in the beginning stages of her career.
Okay, calling Kristen Brewster with us. We'll take a phone call, 1-800-449-8686, as we talk about the phenomenon that is Darva Conger. Here is Anaheim Hills on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hi.
Yes, ma'am. Hi.
I think this travel agent, you know, she's a demoralizing woman, too. Because if someone gives a woman like that Darva...
I'm demoralizing women?
Just a minute, let me finish.
Well, I resent what you're saying.
Let me finish.
She went from giving sponge baths to wrinkled old...
First of all, let me talk for a minute, because I called, you've said enough. She was in the wrong profession to begin with. She should have been a prostitute. What she's doing right now, she's prostituting
That's really, really cruel of you to say that.
How dare
you say that about Darva?
I do. Who are you to talk about her? You're demoralizing millions of women.
She's empowering you.
Let me finish. Quit batting for her. She's nothing in my eyes more than a prostitute. First of all,
you're so jealous. You're so jealous.
Jealous of what? I'm a gorgeous woman myself.
She went from giving...
I run my own business.
You're gorgeous.
And
what
I
country are you
earn
from?
Money, and I look better than her, but I will not take my clothes off to anyone but my husband.
What country are you from? Just out of curiosity.
Don't worry about it.
Just out of curiosity. You're French?
About it.
And how's that dental care over there? Sure,
Don't
you're really...
worry about it. You're
so
ignorant. You're so ignorant.
All right, hold on. I want the lady from France. Go ahead, ma'am. Make your point.
I just wanted to say she went from giving sponge baths...
Hold on. We'll hear about the sponge bath. Go ahead.
Okay. I think she was in the wrong profession to begin with. She should have been a prostitute to start with. She's nothing to write home about because they fixed her up. She's not leaving the media alone. I think she did this whole nonsense of going on national TV, prostituting herself to this guy that supposedly was a multi-millionaire.
Right. I don't hear anything you're saying that I disagree with, ma'am.
Yeah.
Well, you would, Phil, because of your role as the...
All right, but I'm going to let you... What is your point?
I have a question for the lady from France. When's the last time you shaved your underarms?
Always. I shave it every morning.
Huh?
Every morning. Because that's a part of cleanness.
Are you from France or not?
Yeah. Yeah,
well,
I shave under
then she's lying, Phil.
Okay,
She's lying.
Oh, she lives in America.
Why are you generalizing?
What difference does it make whether she shaves her underarms?
It's none of your business.
Well,
anyway,
you know, I dare say...
You're a prostitute.
You're
comparing an angel like Princess Diana with class, marrying
I went to the Moulin Rouge one time, and the girls there didn't have...
nothing but a whore. That's all.
Darva Conger is not a whore.
Woman.
Look, at the lady just said she's a whore. Why not call her a whore when she goes into the...
Oh, my God.
Well,
hold
on.
She was a whore when she was on television that night.
She doesn't spread.
You know, and then now
she won't spread for anybody lower than Larry King.
In the hotel room.
What?
She is such a gold digger. Now she wants to be on this show. To me, she's nothing. She's a made-up person.
But wouldn't you rather see her than Kathy Lee?
Kathy Lee, come on, give me a break. First of all, to me, Kathy Lee has no brain herself. So,
I think that Darva shows a little bit of class. She has stated.
Please, that's an insult to women with class.
She won't.
She has zero, minus, zillions of zeros, whatever class. Don't talk
Zero
about
minus
class.
zillions of
If
zeros.
God,
you're so weird.
Just a minute, loudmouth.
You're very
if
weird.
If you call her
All right.
classy, you don't know what class is. Maybe go look around. There are a lot of women.
And by the
that
way,
was
your
not-
country killed Diana.
Don't worry.
So how
be
dare
quiet.
you?
You're so freaking ignorant. Goodbye.
She's America's princess,
you know,
just like
Hendrie, you're
Diana.
wasting your time.
Wait a minute. You're telling me that Darva Conger is America's princess like Diana?
Oh, you find that funny? Will you be laughing if you see Darva wrapped around a steering wheel?
For this show, or at least
Let me ask you a question seriously. Would you laugh? Would you laugh if you saw Darva wrapped around the column of a steering wheel?
What are you talking about?
That's what happened to Diana down in Francetown.
Don't ever dare compare a lady to this prostitute.
That's what happened to Diana down in Francetown?
In Paris. Oh, go ahead and laugh. And meanwhile, reap the rewards.
Don't give her even 2 seconds of more airtime.
All right.
Dump her right there.
Well, but you can't deny the fact that people love Darva and want to.
There are today at work, I work with 350 people, and all women were upset.
Why?
Not
Because
one woman was like you. Because I work with smart people, with classy people.
Well, then why don't they leave her alone and give her privacy? Why won't they give her privacy?
She prostituted herself. She went to Gold Gym for months to get ready for this, to show her ugly body and her have you seen her wrinkles around her mouth? She should get a facelift.
Oh, my God, she's gorgeous.
Oh, my God. If she's gorgeous, I wonder what you look like.
You're telling me, be honest,
you look like.
Woman to woman. Don't you think she's got a great ass?
She doesn't.
Woman to
woman. Maybe you're a lesbian. Maybe you're a lesbian.
I'm a lesbian. I'm saying just aesthetically as a woman. How dare you insult me? You see, I'm not lowering myself. I'm not lowering myself.
Yeah.
Mr. Hendrie?
How could you say she's beautiful?
Mr. Hendrie, don't you think she's hot?
You know what?
I should get hot because I got to defend classy and beautiful women. And you're making
you don't even shave your underarms, and you're on a program talking about...
Look, don't get into those cultural stereotypes about people from France.
That shows level of ignorance. Okay?
All right.
I went to Francetown one time, and a woman did...
Oh, forget about Francetown. It's called Paris. All right, ma'am. Thank you very much for your call. Why are you...
Phil, I think it's very interesting that our friend there from France, a country that considers itself to be culturally superior to everybody, is now going to hold forth and weigh in on what's beautiful and what we as Americans should find classy. I really resent it. I resent it not 3 years after they sent Diana sailing through a tunnel under the Seine. She came out the other side with just shoes and a dress. They couldn't find the rest of her. That's what France did. And I think that...
What are you talking about? We're talking about Darva Conger here, okay? Wrapped around a steering column.
I just don't want it to happen to her.
All right. We're talking to Colleen Kristen Brewster. Since when is Darva Conger like Diana? We're talking to Colleen Kristen Brewster, who is a travel agent, and she's talking to us about Darva Conger, who is the lady who was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and all that bullcrap. All right, here is that's how I set these things up now, and all that bullcrap. Here is Miami on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hi.
Yes, ma'am. Hi.
Hi. I just feel like, I'm appalled by kind of the extremism on both ends from the person on your show as well as the last caller. But I don't find that this woman is a whore, but nor immoral for being in, I don't care if she's in Hustler, but, she's just making money the way she's making money. I'm okay with that. I'm a business owner. It's important to make money, but that does not make her, of course you are, but that does not make her into a role model.
All right, you know what? I'd like to ask Lady of Miami, I'm going to hold you over because we're up against a break. Would that be all right, ma'am?
Sure.
And Colleen, can you hang on?
I'd be happy to, Phil.
Thank you. 1-800-449-8686. We're talking to Colleen Kristen Brewster about Darva Conger on the Phil Hendrie Show. Phil Hendrie Show at 1-800-449-8686. I'm Phil Hendrie. With me is Darva. Don't I wish? I mean, what we have, though, is Colleen Kristen Brewster, who is the travel agent and is giving us some opinions about Darva Conger. Although we like having you as a guest, Colleen.
Well, Phil, if you had Darva on, I would be listening, too, because she really is something special.
Well, you're hearing from a lot of women here who do not agree with you.
I think a lot of women are intimidated by Darva's business sense. I also think they don't get what it's like to be a celebrity and to...
Are you at a phone booth, or where are you?
I'm on a car phone right now, Phil.
All right. Say that again?
I don't think a lot of women understand what it's like. Darva has said repeatedly, please let me have my privacy. Why won't they leave her alone? And I think George Clooney has made these statements. Darva is just echoing what George Clooney has said. Leave our celebrities alone, and leave Darva alone, and let her start to rebuild her life after being on Who Wants to Marry a Multimillionaire, and then the next day annulling the marriage.
Okay.
You don't understand what I said?
No, I understand. I'm a little bit probably in disagreement with some of the sentiments. Now, let me go back to the lady who was hanging on very patiently in Miami. Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
I don't know how she can say that she wishes that everything would just kind of go away. I mean, that's ludicrous, that was what she wanted in the first place, was the notoriety. That's what she got.
No, she said she wanted people to just leave her alone, but now she can't get a nursing job.
Now she says that, but I'm sorry. As an intelligent woman, you have to think these things out from the beginning. I mean, you can't just expect to go on a show like that and then to life to go on as normal, nor do I think she wanted it to, because if life went on as normal, she certainly wouldn't be having $1 million or $2 million contract with Playboy.
Yeah, I mean, all she did here, Colleen, was go on a TV show. And
sure.
I mean,
Phil, no, she has broken the glass ceiling. Why can't they leave her alone? She's an artist.
Broken the glass ceiling?
She's an artist. She's a caregiver. She's also...
She's naked.
That's
all she is. That's fine.
She's a Gulf War veteran. She's a Gulf War veteran.
No, whoa. She's not a Gulf War veteran. She was stationed in the United States Army, I believe, in the States during the Gulf War.
Yeah, but she's still technically a Gulf War veteran.
Oh, please.
What?
Well, I mean, she served in the United States Army.
Did you serve in the United States Army? Did you serve in the United States Army?
I certainly did not.
Well, there you go.
I certainly did. What does that mean?
It means I don't think you know. Darva's filled the hole in the hearts of women.
She certainly has not. She's a very attractive person nonetheless, but that is all she is.
She has filled a very big hole in all women.
A big hole,
and I think
because
would you watch how you...
She went on a show, Who Wants to Marry a Multimillionaire? I mean, I prefer...
Did you see that show?
I'd like to make a multi-million. Then I would respect her.
That'd be a good show. Who Wants to Make a Multi-Million?
I mean, come on.
Oh, they already have it, don't they?
No, they have one called Who Wants to...
I know the name of it. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your call. 1-800-449-8686. San Francisco on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
First of all...
Yes, ma'am.
I do not consider her a celebrity. She has notoriety, yes, but a celebrity, absolutely not. And I feel that every single thing that she does is in...
How can you say that? She was on Larry King. She's going to be on the Regis and on the Kathy Lee Regis show.
You have sat there and said over and over again how she just really wants her privacy and leave her alone.
You can be sarcastic, but she has asked for it.
Every single media opportunity that comes along.
Boy, no kidding, man.
Her privacy.
You know what this is? This is it's one of these wannabe celebrities. You know, she's been reading so many movie magazines, and all of a sudden she's thrust into the spotlight. And
I hope Darva's not listening, because all it is jealousy. All it is a lot of women who are jealous. You're jealous, aren't you?
Not at all. I don't have anything against her. I just think that she's a little bit hypocritical. She also gave an interview saying that she would never pose naked, and lo and behold,
that's right.
On the table.
Wasn't she a Christian or something? Isn't she a Christian? I think she said she's like a Christian.
Yeah.
And it was ethically not within her standards to do something like that.
So what's the deal?
She changed her mind. There's money involved.
First of all, it's Playboy magazine, a magazine that every woman in America allows their husband to read. Okay. Secondly,
wait
a
minute.
I don't necessarily agree with that, but go ahead.
Playboy doesn't show full early morning dew. Okay, what?
I just don't see what that has to do with anything. If you're
against
it, and if you're for it, you're for it. Why do you change your mind, like she did?
Because Playboy is tasteful.
Okay.
I mean, you can go to Penthouse, and they got a lot of ankles behind the ears. They've got a lot of that stuff. I'm saying...
Okay, we know, all right?
Yeah, but you don't understand.
How do you explain the fact that if she really so desperately wants her privacy, how do you explain all of the media opportunities that she takes?
Yeah, and not only that, she could get another job as a nurse.
All she's showing is a few tiny pubic hairs and a very voluptuous body. Any woman that doesn't like Darva's jealous because she's young and hot.
Can you answer my question, though?
What?
What I just asked. How do you explain all of the media opportunities that she takes because she so desperately wants that privacy?
Because the media wouldn't let her get a job as a nurse.
No.
Yeah, all right.
She takes money for scheduled interviews.
The media wouldn't let her get a job as a nurse.
Right. So she has to take it so she can support herself in the manner to which she's become accustomed.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for your call. St. Petersburg. Are you hearing what you're saying? You're saying...
I know what I'm saying, Phil. I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. I'm saying that Darva has been forced out of the nursing profession, so she's got no choice than to spread for Playboy. And I think it's a pretty sad thing that we've done to that beautiful girl.
Oh, yeah, man. She's a regular Henrietta. What's the chick from My Fair Lady? She's right out on the street, isn't she? She's selling her body.
In the classic American sense, she's hit the streets. And
for 7 figures, she's in Playboy. What are you talking about? I don't think you understand what it's about. Here is St. Petersburg on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello?
Yes, hi. I just want to know what kind of
the woman whoring herself...
No, wait, hold on. Listen to the lady's call. Go ahead.
Hello? I
Yes.
just want to know what kind of obsession you have with Darva. I mean, you know everything about her.
She's neat. I think a lot of women think she's neat. What she does is neat.
You don't think it's at all sleazy what she's doing for Playboy?
What's sleazy about it? There's a lot of women that do it.
Well, you mentioned that
Vanessa Williams did it, and then she sang in Pocahontas.
She can't nurse. What is she going to be able to do after Playboy? She's not going to be able to go back to a nursing career.
Why?
Well, she wasn't before.
Well, she's claiming right now
she's
claiming that she can't get a nursing job. Now, I find that I don't find that honest because she got turned down for 2 lousy jobs. You tell me every single nursing opportunity in America they're not going to hire her?
Right. She got screwed over.
Only by 2 people. What if she went for
Right. She could go out and get another job,
opportunities?
okay? That's what we're talking about. And we're also talking about the fact that she obviously likes the attention. And
you're all jealous.
Yeah,
no,
me too. I'd like to be in Playboy.
You had said
very
earlier
jealous.
she's hot,
Yeah,
and I'm jealous. You know what?
hot.
I'm 21 years old, and I am hot
Have
too,
you
and I don't
seen her?
have a jealous
Yeah,
bone
but
in
have
my
you
body.
have you seen
I
Darva?
just wanted to ask you
Have
what
you
year.
seen Darva?
I've seen her, and you know what? She has had hair extensions put in, and when they put her in Playboy, they had to do a lot of paintbrushing to cover up those beautiful flaws.
Airbrush, yeah, because she's got a little bit of that cellulite going on. There's a big space between her teeth.
Bull crap.
Everybody's beautiful in
You
Playboy.
could bounce a quarter right off her
Everybody's beautiful in Playboy. That's touched up. That's not natural.
Have
That's
you
what
been
they
to the
want
Hugh
you
Hefner?
to believe
Have you been to the
beautiful.
Hugh Hefner mansion?
No, have you?
No, but a friend of mine used to do deliveries there, and he went back to the cabana and saw the girls laying under the sun lamps, and probably 5 out of 10 were good looking.
Well, you know what? To a man, honey,
yeah,
all
that's
those
the real
women are
batting average
beautiful.
there. All right,
they don't notice cellulite and problems. To men, all women are beautiful.
Isn't that a beautiful thing? Lucky for you, huh?
Yeah. What is your obsession with her though? Are you like?
I'm very proud of her.
Do you like her?
Yeah, that's right. I'm a lesbian. Whatever you want to say. I'm very proud of her. I'm just very, very proud of her. She's going to be on the Kathy Lee Philbin show.
I don't think so. Are you kidding me? She's a national joke
Kathy Lee
right
Philbin,
now.
huh?
Don't you know that?
National joke. So Larry
She's
King.
a national joke. Who in their households are
Larry
laughing
King
at her right
Larry
now?
King had her on, and
She
she's going to
will
be on the
never
Regis
get on
Gifford
with
show.
Regis.
So forget it.
Okay. 1-800-449-8686. We'll take one more phone call, and Colleen.
Yeah, I got to go because we've got a tour group leaving at 5, Phil, and we're probably going to do the Carlsbad Caverns this year. It's going to be wonderful. Can I give out the number later?
You can give the number to your business later on. Hold on. Long Beach on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I just want to say that what she's done is she's an insult.
Oh,
She's
God.
made women
What
seem
is
like
with you
we
women?
can be bought. Because the bottom line is women
we can
be bought.
Well, we can be.
But we don't want to admit it, and I certainly don't want the world to know
At
that.
least Darva's admitting it. Why can't you?
No, because it's an insult. She's
How much do you
insulted
cost?
our gender.
How much do
our
you
gender.
cost? How much do you cost?
How much do I cost? A lot more than you'll ever have, sweetie.
Well, how much would Playboy have to pay us so we could take a look at what you got?
No, I'm sorry. There's not enough money in the world. But what I'm saying is
you're saying there isn't a camera lens that's been invented yet that could sustain the image.
Okay, now you're getting...
Where's your travel agency? Because I certainly never want to go there.
On the go with Colleen, Kristen, Brewster. We go to all the hot spots. We're able
I heard
to
everyone gets bumped that books with you.
Everybody gets bumped. That's very funny.
That's exactly what I've heard.
Everybody gets bumped.
They do. They get bumped.
They book their airline tickets.
You know something? Screw both of you.
Oh, she hung up. She hung up.
I'm still here. I can't believe I insulted her, so she hung up. Well, that's good.
Well, what you said was everybody gets bumped every time they...
And it's true. I've heard things about that agency. Seriously.
All right, ma'am.
Anyway,
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks for calling. Bye. What? She's heard things about that agency. Don't book us that big Carlsbad cabin remote that we're going to do, Mike. Not at that agency. 1-800-449-8686. Phil Hendrie Show. Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan are allegedly on the outs. Are they getting a divorce or are they separated? But one of the two is happening. I don't know which. And it was funny, or perhaps not so funny, that a few months ago, on March 1st, as a matter of fact, we predicted that this would happen because, as you'll hear, we're going to play back our little Dennis Quaid. We're going to do a little thing called An Evening with the Quaids. How could that marriage survive when she's been so successful and his film career has not been the most stellar? And I'm not saying he's a bad actor. In fact, I think he's terrific in a lot of things he's done. But, she's had the big box office smashes, and he hasn't. And so we sort of postulate that, and we riffed on it a little bit on this little bit, An Evening with the Quaids from March the 1st. Now, I want to tell you there's some strong language in this. So if there's any kids around... tell them to bug off and get away from the radio. If they start crying about the fact how they really love the Phil Hendrie Show and I'm so funny and I do all these great bits, tell them that's tough. You're not really supposed to be listening to the show in the first place. Unless, of course, it's my kids, in which case, have fun. This is from March 1st.
Doing another goddamn movie, aren't you? Huh? Another big movie.
Oh, come on, Dennis. You're drinking again.
Screw it. All I had is that Wyatt Earp bull crap. They'll only want to hire me, but that doesn't make it good goddamn.
Please, Dennis, you know that I... Oh! Please, Dennis.
Shut up. Shut the hell up.
I think the Quaids are at it again.
Why don't you mind your own goddamn business? That'd be a good one, too. I did the right stuff. I did Undercover Blues.
They were great movies, honey.
But I didn't do Courage Under Goddamn Fire, did I? You did it. I did Wyatt Earp with Kevin G.D. Costner.
Honey, you know I did You Got Mail just so we could have something for the baby.
Oh, the baby. Always the baby, isn't it? Get over here.
Honey, don't do it.
You gotta curl the lip up. God, give me that curl lip look, will you?
You mean like me?
I don't like it. Curl your lip for me.
You're a good actor. Your brother's better, but you're...
Talk about Randy, huh? I know Randy's better.
I only did Courage Under Fire to give us a nest egg, honey.
Shut up. And you were in the movie with that Negro. That's what's his name? God. I had a big grin on my face.
Well, you did on Any Given Sunday.
Shit, you did. Oh. Remind me about that. I like all the praise, that Oscar talk.
Oh, honey, the toilet, please. Here's a towel. Any Given Sunday was good. It was just a...
I don't know about it. I can't stand it. I hate it. Oh, he can rot in hell as far as I'm concerned. I know I'm married to Meg Ryan, but as far as I'm concerned, she can rot in hell.
This has been An Evening with the Quaids. Dennis and Meg Ryan. Join us next week when Dennis starts shooting smack. Jesus, that's going to be a hell of a night, huh?
Ah, shut it up!
I only make millions of dollars, honey, for the... That's
you
great.
make me do that damn DOA with you. That sucked ass.
Well, you're right about that. Oh! There you go. So that was the Quaids. And now, what is it, Melissa? Divorce or just separation? We don't know. And we keep track of these these marriages of Hollywood stars because they're kind of an inspiration. I felt genuinely bad when I heard about Bruce Willis and Demi Moore because they'd been together for a long... I guess most people did. You know, you're rooting for people to stay together, not to break up. Although some people, you do kind of root for them to break up, don't you? Like just about anybody that Julia Roberts is with, I'm always rooting for her to break up. I don't know what it is. Nah, I'm kidding. Well, maybe. I don't know. I really wanted her to hang in there with Lyle Lovett. I was sure that was a 40-year marriage. Julia Roberts and Lyle Lovett, 40 years down the road, man. But Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid is a drag, and Demi Moore and Bruce Willis, that was an ultra drag. And who else did the split thing after a long time together? Was it Farrah Fawcett and what's his face? The guy, Patrick McGowan? Who? What do you mean Farrah Fawcett and Patrick McGowan? The guy from Secret Agent? Oh, Lee Majors. No, the other guy. Who's the guy that was O'Neill? Ryan O'Neill. Who was he with? Wasn't it? He was with Patrick McGowan? Good God, Ryan O'Neill and the guy from Secret... Oh, Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson. I thought for sure that was a good 30-year marriage. But you know the one that's really interesting and looks good is the Heather Locklear and Richie Sambora. I can't get that guy's name straight. Sambora. I know he's with Bon Jovi. He sounds like that after-dinner drink with the 3 little coffee beans, you know? Oh, that's Sambuco. Richie Sambuco. Oh, no, it's Chambord? Excuse me. Well, it's one of them liqueurs. And I think those two guys are beautiful because apparently he's a family guy. He comes from a big Italian family, and they've got the kids and everything. And look at Eddie Van Halen and Valerie Bertinelli. They're doing well. And poor Eddie has got, he's got a health issue. So they're good. But there's some folks, you wonder how they hang together. So that's why we did what we did back in March, because, his movies, whew, man. Although I saw for the very first time, Wyatt Earp on cable. Good flick. I mean, it goes on for about 6.5 hours, and you're really waiting for somebody to get shot. It's one of those, well, will you shoot someone already? But Quaid's fantastic in that flick. Meg Ryan would have been good as Doc Holliday, too. It was a toss-up, but they went ahead and they cast Dennis Quaid. Phil Hendrie Show.